So our team members are all members of this community. And when we took a look at some of the different issues here, one of them was the access to fresh fruits, vegetables, and just healthy goods in general. And living here, it's like the problems are ours first. Before it becomes like a business of service or of a product, we're experiencing these problems firsthand. So like walking out of our house and not being able to find like a bunch of kale or some apples or some oranges, or even for some light goods that you can take home and cook and prepare meals with, is like a real problem. So that was the first problem that we seen. So we were like, hey, how could we creatively come up with a solution to offer more access to healthy goods and fresh fruits and vegetables? And then the second thing was looking at at-risk teens and entrepreneur employment opportunities. We knew through like summer youth programming that there were some employment opportunities, but in our experience of being entrepreneurs, we felt like a lot of the skills that you learn through being an entrepreneur are transferable to life. And there's a lot of morals, values, and disciplines that you learn just through interacting with consumer and developing a product and understanding what that is and everything in between. So we're like, okay, what if we train, educate, and employ at-risk teens, taught them all these skills, and they ran the daily operations of this project that could create access to these different healthy goods and fresh fruits and vegetables. So we were like, okay, that's two things we can do. And the last thing was, okay, what if we purchase these goods from different local vendors, food companies, and places? And that way we can feed into the local economy, and these smaller vendors who don't get consistent residual income could have that much more revenue coming in because we'll be supporting it. And after this whole idea came to life, we were like, this is a win-win-win situation. So we found this box, and with $850 that we had got through a small grant from BPG, it allowed us to repurpose that and turn it into a mobile push cart that housed all of our healthy goods. And at the time, we had fresh fruit salads, we had cold pressed watermelon juice. There were some other different things that we had. So with little to no experience, we took this cart. We found a kid from the community. So we took him on. His name is Emmanuel. He became our first employee, and we just hit the ground running with this push cart. And pretty much anywhere that we could push this thing to, we pushed it to. And the results were amazing. I mean, we were selling out day after day after day. After our first year of operating Wilmington Greenbox, we saw huge demand. And people wanted our products in a more consistent way. So we found a dormant green space right here on Market Street. And we were like, hey, what if we change this space into like a pop-up, grab-and-go kind of destination place for the different goods that we've been selling in this cart? And we pitched the idea to the landlord. He was like, I'm all for it. The space isn't being used. It's more than a liability than anything. If you guys are going to do this and you guys have been doing this, I think it's a great thing. So we found the space. And I think what really helped the success was that we knew the products that we were selling. We knew where they came from. So it allowed us to speak highly and confident about them. And we also knew that they were extremely healthy. But it also created barriers because when you're in an environment where they haven't access to these things, there's an education issue where it's like, how do you tell someone like watermelon juice that costs like $4 to $5 is like worth it or even like good for you when you can find a juice double the size for a fraction of the price? These are the people we were dealing with. But after people trying them and learning that these foods are actually good for your body and the benefit that comes along with eating a good, healthy, nutritious diet, people just began to try them, and once they taste them, they fell in love with them. And that was the beginning of Wilmington Greenbox. Working in the world of food and food access has really exposed to me the room and potential there is for us to be better at it, and how important access actually is. And when I say access, I'm not just saying access to food. I'm saying access to water. I'm saying access to clean energy, access to affordable housing, access to education, access to self-help, access to mental health, just access in general.